right-hand sideline, their head coach. His guys ready to get this one going. On the other side, the head coach of the home team. His guys ready to show out in front of the home fans as they try to send them home happy at the end of this one. Set for football now on a rainy Sunday afternoon. And off we go from San Antonio. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Wilcox. And this is going to be a Commander's first down as he'll get this out to about the 42.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yard is?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for number 15.
One first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Washington going to send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a look at the man under center, now in his 8th season in the National Football League.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. But this guy, he is hard to corral.
Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down. They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. And incomplete on a deep ball.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Commanders going to retake the field for drive number 2. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start with a quick throw complete out to the right. From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they go. Wilcox. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 6.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd down and 6.
They'll drop to throw. And he knocks the ball away. is incomplete.
Two drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
44-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 6.
They'll go again with Dobbins. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. We sort of suspected that the elements might wreak havoc on both of these offenses, and that's been the case. No points on either side as this drive begins with a 1st down. Rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
I think this will run awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. On 1st down, Quinn. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. They're going to look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. But it looked looked like Washington got it back, and indeed they did. It remains Commanders football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. 2nd and 11. And it's complete to Martin. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Here is 3rd and 5.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Under pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Washington going to send out their punter, standing just outside his own goal line. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back out comes San Antonio. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
He was taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11.
We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now, San Antonio in possession as they've got it 2nd down and 11. They'll set up a throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Washington on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. He'll try and do this himself. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they'd pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
He'll look to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. They go back to the ground with Dobbins. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. From the 5, 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
They'll look to throw here. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Dragons post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
No. Davis from the top rope. I like it. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
They'll set up to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. Give him 9 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd and 13. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball in his hands a lot quicker.
The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
A give up the middle to Dobbins. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Right back to Dobbins on 1st. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. He'll drop to throw. They set up the screen for Dobbins. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 9.
Back to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Washington offense back out there. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He'll try and do this himself. And now a fumble. The ball's out. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. A loss So for that time on the sack, and it brings up second. Now a handoff up the middle. Wilcox. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Back to throw here. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. But, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 2nd and 5. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
First down. 1st and 10 at the
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw again. And that went to the right side and incomplete. And here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Here's again to Dobbins. And some pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. So these two teams off to their locker rooms for intermission, and that means we go to Orlando. Here's Scott Hanson with our halftime report. Scott?
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone. Scott Hanson here in our thankfully dry studios in Orlando. That's obviously not the case at the stadium, where the rain continues to play a factor in this game. Who will take better advantage of it in the second half? To find out the answer, let's go back out to the stadium and rejoin our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, thank you. The rain, if anything, maybe intensified while you were covering the halftime report. We'll see how these two coaches. Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like, yes, the Commanders have it. So that's a solid start to the second half. You come out of the lockers losing, thinking you're kicking it away, not going to have it, but boom, the fumble, they get it right back.
I don't know whether they even drew that up on the board or was it just said, but they had to have it. They needed a spark to get them going here in the second half, and they got it right away.
They juked him. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now a first carry for their fullback. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That's now consecutive 5-yard carries to pick up the first down.
Brandon, you know, we talk about having wrinkles in a game plan. That was a fold right there. How about that play? Being able to change things up. You think anyone else on the team is going to get the ball, and in that situation, they surprise everyone and give it to their big guy.
They're unable to connect, but a late flag comes in. And the contact may have come too early. So the pass incomplete in the end zone, but the flag comes out for interference.
And now you're set up right on the doorstep of the goal line. 1 yard away changes what your play calls are going to be.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
At the 2-yard line.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Commanders are back within a score.
No touchdowns for them in the first half, but their defense kept them in this ball game. So now, maybe this can loosen them up a little because they played tight so far, and they get right back in it with a touchdown run.
Extra point attempt to come here. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
That's the score. Dragons 10.
A drive there of just 4 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Back out comes San Antonio. Pretty important third-quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. They go play action here on first down. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
At the 37-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
Now a handoff for Dobbins. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And touchdown! A great effort there. 63 yards. And the Dragons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They'd done a nice job on him in the first half. But there were a couple of occasions where it felt like he might have wiggled out of traffic and take it to the house. Finally here in the second half, that got done.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And the long run into the end zone, and what a run it was. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Washington offense set to take over again. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Washington going to send out their punter as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. Back out comes San Antonio. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Well, a design run for their wideout. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run. It's Dobbins. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Another run here with Dobbins. And he stopped immediately there. Now 3rd down and 7.
Right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Now, how about that? Defensive coordinator perfectly in sync, dials up a blitz, and the man in the middle, he's the one who gets home.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He connected on his first, this from 41. And his kick is good. And that will open the lead up now to 20-7.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that could all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
On the throw, let him too much that time. It's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
First down, Washington.
Looking to throw. It's a loss of 10 yards on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long. They'll drop to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8.
It's a gain of 8. And it brings up 3rd down.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt.
Back out comes San Antonio.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3 except in certain situations, try to ice the game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Here's 3rd and 7.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So offside's the call, and they understandably decline it.
And this is why we're seeing more and more teams hiring that one coach to the staff that's in charge of all these things. This one's minor. It's pretty easy to figure out. But all the game management stuff, trying to help out the head coach in his decision-making process.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
2 yards on the pickup.
Here's 2nd and 8. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this play will be blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 38. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. He'll look to throw. Going deep for Walker. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now on 4th down, Honors, the punt team sending this one away. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a 1st down.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the 3rd quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Wilcox. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in San Antonio. It's Washington with the football, but trailing here as we begin quarter number 4. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he will find his man on the outside. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. They're going to look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be down at the 46. So they go from 146 to the other on a pickup of 8. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I'll tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. Oh, it's a wobbler here. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Back out comes San Antonio. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Dobbins. And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll drop and hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the fourth. And the Washington offense heading out. They trail by 2 scores in the fourth, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. And time to see what this offense has left in the tank. In motion, the tight end. Back to throw now on first down. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll set up a throw. And Martin's got it complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line.
First down.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. On the give, this is their throwback. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
The 16-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup.
Now again, right side. Wilcox. There he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Commanders have made it a 1-score game again here in the fourth.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson, is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
Extra point splits the uprights. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Back out comes San Antonio. Now, Charles, of course, you got to remember, last possession they fumbled. It led to a touchdown. 1-score game here. Got to be careful.
And this is where coaching and training really comes into play, doesn't it? What does everyone say after an error? Next play, move on, next drive. That man tries to come to the front. They've got to take care of business right here and act like the last series just didn't happen.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Looking middle, and that's complete. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 13.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. All the Commanders are going to get there as he's taken down. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So they bring out their punter, standing just about on his own goal line. Fair catch called for. No gimme in these conditions, but he's able to look this one in. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it's second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at their 48-yard line.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Got a They'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
3rd and 2.
Now a give right side. Wilcox. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. And one of the reasons they lead in the 4th quarter, plays like that.
Yeah, it took a little more time off the clock, making him do it that way, didn't it?
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll set up to throw. Throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. And his defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They bring their punter out there now as he's on here to punt it away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And they will take over 1st and 10. Now Washington down 20-14. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he can't escape, and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Here comes 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. This one's had a season's worth of thrills already, but it's still week 1. Here's 3rd down now. Up the middle they go. Wilcox. But he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's 1 timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for week 1, and one of our early window games here in week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record. But everyone's going to have to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between week 1 and week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for San Antonio, that'll be a happy locker room as they start the season 1-0. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Commanders, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the